Hey guys, Jockey-san here. Today we're going to do a quick analysis of Eishin Flash to see if she's a pull or a skip. So just taking a look at the recent banners, we've had so many late surgers available to us. We've had El Condorpasa Fantasy, Gold City, you could even argue running Meisho Dodo as a late surger as well, and we've also had other Umas like Grass Wonder and Vodka, which have proven to be very strong in the last Champions meeting. So basically, the space for late surgers is very competitive, so for someone to consider pulling on Eishin Flash, she has to be either really strong or their favorite Oshi. So let's see what she is. So first, taking a look at her stat bonuses, it's not looking too good. She has an A in medium and an A in long, yet she has no bonus to stamina or guts training, so reaching these requirements to race her in medium and long will be quite difficult. To also include, she has an F in mile and a G in sprint, so that's quite a lot of investment in sparks to raise her up in order to race her in these distances. However, she has a 20% bonus in wit, so if you include one wit card, you can probably finish her career with 600 plus wit and a 10% bonus to power, which is nice, but I don't think it's enough to make a meaningful impact. Her strategy aptitudes allow you to run her as a pace chaser, late surger, or end closer. You won't ever want to run her as a front runner because of her unique, which is Schwarz's Schwart. This unique requires the following criteria to be met in order to activate. You need to have never been rushed during the race, you need to be third place or slower, and it's the final straight of a race. And if there's only one straight in that track, that one is considered the final straight. So when you meet this criteria, you'll be rewarded with a 0.35 increase in target speed for 5 seconds. This is the same increase as Vodka's and Grass Wonder's unique, and both of them trigger near the end of the race. Taking a look at this criteria here, it's quite interesting, right? You need to not have been rushed during the race, and I guess this is where it ties back into the 20% wit bonus. I believe you're supposed to utilize the wit bonus to make sure she doesn't rush during the race in order for you to proc her unique. So overall, it's not too hard to proc, however, we need to make sure that she has enough acceleration going into the late race in order to capitalize on the target speed increase, so let's see if her kit allows us to do so. So taking a look at her kit, she has Go with the Flow and Lane Legerdemain being the upgraded version of it. It increases lane movement speed in the late race. This could be good if you're blocked, however, it can proc any time in the late race, which makes it quite inconsistent. Next, we have Late Surger Savvy. It's a good green skill to have and works all the time, and you can skill it if you think you're lacking in wit. Then we have Medium Corners. This is a good skill. You'll always be taking this if you're doing a medium race. It's always going to provide good and consistent value. And then we have In Body and Mind, which gives you a speed boost in the last spurt of the race. I don't think it's a bad pickup. It's the upgraded version of Homestretch Haste, which is not bad, but it's very expensive and you're better off putting your skill points somewhere else, like Furious Feet and On Your Left. Focus, it's not too useful on a late surger, and if you do skill this, the actual impact it has on late starts is quite minimal, so skip this unless you want to proc groundwork for fun. Lastly, you can get these skills from events during her career. I think it's quite self-explanatory, other than Fighter, which is a very bad skill in my opinion. You can't control when it will trigger. It's basically an increase in acceleration, and it can only trigger after 5 seconds into the race. So it's basically useless unless you somehow get it to trigger right after you enter the late race. Other than that, it's not good. So in conclusion, she's missing out on a lot of core components that make her viable as a strong late surger. You don't have an innate gold recovery skill, which is a must for medium and long races. This means you have to rely on SSRs like Super Creek or scenario events. I believe you can get Indomitable from the Unity Cup scenario. Adding on to that, she also doesn't have the stat bonuses that enable her to run at medium and long races. And then during the late race, she's missing out on acceleration skills. Umas like Grass Wonder and Vodka have On Your Left and Furious Feet in their kit, which synergize really well with their uniques. Eishin Flash is lacking that acceleration skill, so in this case, you'll be using cards like Nice Nature SSR Wit for On Your Left or Ogre Decap SSR Power for Furious Feet. Another small downside is that you cannot use Eishin Flash SR Speed card when training her, so if you find yourself lacking on speed cards, this could be quite a pain. So overall, in my conclusion, she is an easy skip unless she is your Oshi. So what do you guys think? If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment down below to let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next video.